favorite rapper's time, your favorite movie star's time, your favorites' time. You rocking with your boys, Czar, all rights reserved, commenter nation, stand up, greatest nation since United Nations. I wanted to ask a question. What if deeper motives and information has led to the fact that allegedly there was an instance of bullying or intimidation that happened to silence a situation of someone else coming forward? Now, this coming forward, you may wonder what I'm talking about. What if this coming forward I mentioned was someone that was coming forward to say, look, I am a true person that has been in a situation, and this situation is that I am truly the person that has the heir versus anyone else? What if they were further along? How would that work in a situation? Now, I say this from knowledge of me researching and seeing other people. I'm not going to discuss the private conversations, but I am a little confused at the alleged situation that turns out to be intimidation on someone else speaking out a certain way about a situation. It's not strange because the character just fits into the persona of the person or persons that are involved and what I'm being told about. But it also is leading me to believe that dishonesty may have been the motive to get close to a situation. Multiple times this has been hinted at, and I'm not saying that it's not true that this person does have someone that is the heir, but if I'm to consider that, then I'm also to consider they should have no problem taking a test to prove I am in charge. I'm the one who has someone that is the rightful person. What would be the confusion about them consenting to doing this? Why would they withhold this proof to stand up and do it? Now, you understand, even if someone requested, they're not slated to do it, but by court order. Other than that, that's the only way. And if their decision was to play a certain position, but cause the fact a court order would be needed in order to get it done, that would be a very interesting narrative, a very interesting angle, and to pollute the vision of others around them. What would be the motive? Was it clout? Was it money? Was it, if this was allegedly true? Social media wise, I did see that the fact that there were shots taken at someone that wasn't verified or that wasn't of stature to be recognized to even notice this was occurring. That's another viewpoint. There's a lot of angles and different things that from that perspective that are now leading to suspicious activity dealing with a person not coming forward to admit to certain things. Could this be, let's say, the motive for a diversion? Was this diversion set up purposely? Was someone else behind the power in this diversion that was given way through means that are abnormal to what we know? And how readily would we be able to see these things? See, that's where things play a part. How readily would we notice and be able to see these factors being utilized consciously? And that's where a lot of the speculation stops, and more so a situation of curiosity brings factors forward. Now, because of this diversion made by the person on the outside to get on the inside, it seems like I have a person also claiming they were brutally beaten while they were in a position they could not defend themselves properly. They've been quiet since. They're not social media heavy at all. If at all, they're with social media. So was this the plan all along? And did they know it would eventually unfoil when certain things were caught around the sides? This is literally opening up grounds to provide insight into another situation that a lot of people are going to be very distasteful about. And how would this work? Very interesting, to say the least. There's too many factors that are right now swirling. There's too many interesting motives that are in effect. So for me to take it as something lightly, I don't know. It just seems very risky. The problem with understanding this viewpoint versus the rest is the fact of, if this is true, this shows a person's true colors, and it's going to be hard to dodge, because again, they have multiple people I've spoken with that are clearly backing them. They have multiple people that they are enticed by that are clearly saying, look, there was no justification for this occurrence. This was all by a scenario that honestly could not be verified by any other means, but they did this for money. I'm not sure if this is truth. If it is, it's going to come to light with the evidence I'm awaiting, and that is why I'm not using names to push it. But again, were they plotting on the situation from afar, or by encouragement by someone who wasn't on the inside but was around and wanted to get on the inside and value financial equity, some type of worth beyond what it is that they actually are? And that would lead us to situations of wondering exactly where the person fits in and why certain things are happening the way they're happening. Now, I know that a lot of people are like, what? But I want you to stay vigilant. Just as we had this weekend the alleged fake witnesses interacting with us, as well as another party, supporting party, in the midst, you got to understand there's some salt in the wounds of the situation as well, that could be attempting to lead everything away from where it needs to be. These are all factors that are going to become a very synonymous breach of personnel as we dig deeper into the contents of what is being delivered. I know a lot of you want to say that no, but you got to keep in mind that these are very synonymous factors that we find with the character when it implicates to a person that's attempting to impersonate a persona that is not rightfully theirs. And what if this persona that's not rightfully theirs was deeper, to the point where they, knowing it wasn't theirs, that they do anything to take out forces that could impede upon what it is they had planned? These are normalities when it comes to some sort of diversion tactic or some type of offensive practice to prevent any type of progression. We see this normally, and it's big time a problem when it comes to objectifying ourselves to conclusions because of the nature of not knowing people personally. So not knowing a past, not knowing a present or a future that could easily show character, can see someone's capable of certain things, or present to us any type of plot factors that surround, that take us away from the viability of this actually being the case. And that's part of why we always have to see receipts and evidence when people make these claims. I've received the first portion that had to do with an actual existing circumstance, but I need to see something else to confirm credibility. And part of that is me seeing their identity, being able to verify that they're open-minded and willing to talk things out, and them coming forward. So again, I asked the persons I already had contact through the median we've been contacting through, and I want to know if you'd be open to come to light publicly, and not by public, I mean to all of us, but to make yourself known in statements of issues that actually happen via the statements you made to me. And I think that would be suitable. I would say that would suffice. So hopefully, you look past what it is that you have happening, and you're willing to come forward in an open manner to provide the final eligibility factors we need to see in order to confirm you as truthful and confirm you as someone who is doing what they said and has been through what you claimed you were. You know how I rock. All rights reserved.